Okie. I think I'm here a minute or so early. So my peeps are out there. Let me know if you can see me and hear me okay, please. YouTube, you might want to skip forward a few minutes before we get started on something. My hands are freezing. Nothing new down here. Hey, Shauna. Can you hear me and see me okay? Oh, there you go. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Kathy. I have a disaster here to show you. Something I just, hey, Joan. I slung out there this morning when I came down to get something and thought, let me try this. I was thinking about it as I was drifting off to sleep last night. It's a fail, but I'll use it for something. Hey, Kat. Laura Lou. Everybody's trickling in. I'll give it a few minutes for people to gather while I warm my hands. I'm sitting on my hands at the moment trying to warm them up. Hey, Denise. If you're on YouTube watching the recording, you might want to skip out about 5 or 10 minutes. It is cold. Cold in the basement. Plus, I was changing the water and got my hands wet, and now they're even colder. So, Katrina, that's a new name. Welcome. There's the ROs. Hey, Teresa. Sorry about that confusion with that email. Good Lord. I'm telling you, if I had to go off my memory for anything important these days, oh, not good. Hey, Debbie. That's not a good scene when you got to rely on my memory. Oh, my gosh. I always tell Dave it's a good thing you've got some kind of a memory because mine's not so good. I did remember the key element. I just didn't remember what the message was around it. Oh, Lordy. Hey, Kimberly. Okay, I'm going to stop sitting on my hands. At least I can bend them now. I'll show you guys what I did. Last night I was thinking, what can I do that's different with these fluid watercolor things that I've been trying to play with a little bit? I'll show you the last two. Not great. Not a fan of how they turned out at all. And you know what I might do? I might just re-wet them and throw some white and other colors in there and see what happens, because at this point, they are not usable to me. But this is another piece of that paper. So my big bright idea was that I was going to wet the paper and paint the whole paper with my rose gold. And I did that, a very loose wash of the rose gold. It was pretty pigmented. And then I went in with the dilution sprays. Hey, Amanda. Welcome. And then I hit I hit them with the white picket fence spray. And at first it looked fabulous. And then I walked upstairs and I did some laundry. I got to fly to Austin tomorrow for work. So I'm doing laundry and packing and getting bills paid and all that kind of happy horse poop. So I went upstairs and left it, and I came back to this. It really changed. There's still a little bit of puddles in there. So, and I think because it wasn't entirely flat, I got the puddle of color ran here, but the white and the rose gold pushed everything together pretty much. But you can see, kind of what's there. Some of these white spots with just that little bit of color in there. Then I splattered rose gold on top of it. Some of the areas, if you get it kind of concentrated and don't look at the rest, It's kind of cool for something. I don't know what's happening here though. So we'll just set this aside. This is still wet in the middle. Anyway, that was an experiment. And don't always work. Clearly. If I haven't taught you anything, you should know that. By watching me. I'm going to put some more water in this sprayer too before we get cranked up here. Like frosted glass. Yeah, kind of. Kind of. All right, let me pour some water in here. I need a different setup. I really do. Oh, hello. This is what I'm working with. This is the mental faculties that I got left to deal with. Oh. I think what I'm going to do. Oh, move that out of the way. I'm going to, and I got a new bottle of the Doc Martens white that came in. But I think what I'm going to do is use this because this will give me a real flat surface. And maybe get rid of this lid because the lid has kind of different, levels in it. It's not really flat. Let me move that out of my way. And this is much smaller. So I'm going to take a quarter sheet of that paper. Hang on. Move my camera a little bit, teeny tiny. I'm going to move this back some. I don't know how this camera moves when I don't move it. Hang on. All right. It's very mysterious. Yeah, I have some plexiglass pieces, but they're smaller, like for my jelly plate. This is one of those. It's a Robax. I got this from the same place that makes my big wheel of color. That same company makes those. You can tape your papers down. I'm not going to tape the paper down because I'm going to wet both sides of this. And you know what? After last week, I do believe that wetting it in the sink and letting both sides get equally wet, the things seem to move a little bit more evenly rather than me spraying and getting puddles. So hang on one second. Give me a few seconds to wet this under the sink. I'm not giving up on my idea. I'm just going to do a different approach. I don't give up. I will not give up. I'm just going to sit this wet paper on top of this board. Hey, Cheryl. Welcome. And Linda, I think that's a new Linda. Welcome. Nice to see some new faces. It's going to be an experiment. I'm going to take some of my massive Pot-O rose gold. I need to make more. It's getting a little thin. Put some water in there. And I'm going to... Oh, here's where the other one ended up last week, if anybody wasn't here. I did embellish some of it around these little bits here and the gold on top of the netting there, the gauze. I pulled the gauze off down here. Left a little bit of imprint in that rose gold. Hey, Randy. So I do like this one. But let me show you where the other two ended up. Not such a good experiment. As I talk and let this dry out. You know what? Let me keep going with this. Remind me and I'll come back. I already see where some of this is soaked in. So I'm going to go around the edges of that a little bit. And I'm going to put just swirls of this in here. Hey, Barb. I'm going to take this big Petri dish of my rose gold that I make. And I'm just, with no rhyme or reason, I'm just going to whip some in here. You can see there's no thought to that at all. I'm just flicking it because I don't like to waste it. Hey, Willina. Hey, Mandy. Welcome, everybody. More experiments. So now I'm going to spray a little bit of the dilutions. And of course, I'm going to get it all over this. Hang on. Let's not make it a total. Well, you know what? I'm not going to bother with it. It's going to overspray. It'll wash right off of this board. So I'm going to just throw some dilutions in here in the mix. A couple of colors. That was the Calypso Teal. This is the Jade, polished jade. I'm going to throw a couple of these little dark spots at the after midnight on here. Oh, thanks, Barb. All right. I'm going to kind of let that do its streaky little thing. Let me bring in a little bit. See how streaky that looks right now? And if I let it sit here, it changes while we're watching it. But I want to get some white in there. And this is the Dilutions Picket Fence. No, White Linen, sorry. I think Picket Fence is a ranger name for something else. Couldn't tell you what. Distress, maybe? I don't know. It's doing some really cool things in through here. But it pretty much ate the rose gold. Now this I can pick up because it's a hard surface. See, it's kind of overpowering the rose gold, which I didn't know what it would do. Now we know. So I'm going to add some of this in here. This white did some pretty cool things last time. And let that sit and watch how this, if I could freeze it like that. See how it's real feathery moving out into the colors? Hey, Jen. How you doing, Jean? It doesn't stay like that. That is the problem. But, I mean, it looks like such soft, billowy cotton feathers. Look at, when I pick it up, look right in here. Focus for Mama. I can't tilt it. Yeah, well, it's not gonna. You can get the idea. Ink or watercolors. The dilutions. These are dilution spray on water on watercolor paper. It's oh wow, it's getting really cool out here in the fringes where there was nothing. Look where that's moving out there. It looks really cool. Those were so far just dilution sprays, Jean. Hey, Dar. Oh, no, I already said hi. Sorry. Here, they're just dilution sprays, but this white is really making this look cool. So now, I've been watching Linda Melvin videos, and that's where this all came up because I was watching her stuff, and what she does reminded me of what I do on Yupo when I make my abstracts on Yupo. Hey, CB. It reminded me of that, and it just looks so free and abstract. That's what drew me to it. But look up Linda Melvin, Melvin on YouTube. She's got 13 video lessons out there. And the first two, lessons 1 and 2, are kind of what I did to try to mimic doing this. I didn't really follow everything that she does. I did different stuff in here, but kind of a combination of which she like. I never used dilutions, so she was going on her recommendation by using the dilutions. I'm just letting this sit here because I'm going to take a picture of that because that is gorgeous right now. Never to be seen in this state again. Let me see. Can I do this without getting... It almost looks, well, from the glare, it's really... Do I have, like, boogers or something? Oh, shit. I just took a million pictures of something off to the side. Ugh. Here we go. Head cut. What in the hell is that? Okay. Square photo. It's going to be completely changed by the time I get there. You can just sit here and watch this. It's like a slow motion kaleidoscope of yumminess. I wish the glare of the lights weren't in there, though. The only way I can do that is to put my... Oh, wait a minute. Will that block it? Yeah, that's blocking it. I'm holding my other piece up there. All right. I'll give me a little bit of a memory. Okay. Gosh, I don't even want to touch it. It looks so cool right now. But you know I'm going to. Or do I, as an experiment, just sit this off to the side and let it be? And then come back. But then it's dry and I can't add the other stuff. Such a dilemma. Screw it. Let's just add stuff. Let's just see what happens. Let's just go for it. These are Radiant watercolors. This is Juniper Green. And I'm just going to drop some in here. These, there's hardly anything in there. I'm just going to dump it. Okay, dead soldier. One down. Oakley's good, CB. Man, he was ready to roll the night he got home. Oh my God, he's a maniac. But he's doing good. He recovers well from his surgery. Had a little demasculating surgery Monday. And he is just fine. The hardest part, hey, Carol B, the hardest part is getting him to be still. Dave let him run just a little bit yesterday, and I think we're going to let him run again today. Yet tomorrow will be a week that it's been done. His stitches look great. They're just going to dissolve. He's done really well, so I think we're good to let him be a puppy again. Back to being Oakley. Now I'm going to take my new Bombay. I had so many people comment on his latest video when he talked about it happened. About saying Dave better watch his back and stuff. Kayla, look who it is. Oh my God. He's a funny boy. All right, and this is the new. This is looking really cool. I don't know what you guys can see, but I'm going to drop some of this in there. Now that's more like what I saw hers do. How that's blooming like that. So I think my old Inkums was a little Stinkums. Let's get some over here. And maybe some over here. And just let that be for a minute. The damn bubbles. I don't like the bubbles. There we go. That looks pretty cool. And then she put a little bit of, what do you call these? Bombay and the hydrus. Where the hell is my hydrus? Oh, these are the metallic calligraphy inks. That's what these are. I might put a little schmutz of that in there. I'm going to let these sit for a minute because that's pretty wet. That's going to keep moving a little bit there. I might put a little tiny schmutz of these in there. I'm going to shake them a while. An eye twinkle. Oh, bless your little heart. Somebody saying hi. Oh, there's one. How you doing? Thank you. My signature colors. Everybody's sick of them, I'm sure. Hey, Deborah. Another new name. Welcome. That's looking really cool right through there. And here it's getting real wispy out there. I'll pick it up in another minute here. I'm shaking these inks while I'm watching this do its thing in there. Hey, Ray. That's looking pretty spectacular. I think this surface that's hard and solid and not, you know, what's going to be difficult is because I don't have the towel right under it, where I was taking like the skewer and pushing it on the page and letting some of it run. I'm not going to be able to do that now. I see you guys talking about me. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to add a little more white because I want this to be kind of bright in here. I'm going to add a little more in there. In there. Now, hopefully, that's not going to do what the other white did to me and just kind of lay there and dry in a wad and crack. These damn, how do you kill a bubble? Jeez. There we go. Wow. There's a lot laying right over here. I don't like to travel too far away from my core, Kayla. That's right, Randy. Tell her. That's exactly right. Randy understands because this is also his wheelhouse. I'm going to put a little teeny tiny bit of this P.H. Martin iridescent calligraphy ink in jade. It's a little shiny color. That's a new one on me, Gayla. I did not say that. I'm going to put that right here. Oh, wow. Oh, I'm putting that down this dark area. I don't know what's going to happen to that, but I'm going to lift that up and let you see the royal blue ring around that where that hit that dark purple. Hello, lover. Get out of there, you pain in the ass. Oh, there's one for you, Gayla. That one just slipped out. They're getting a little weird. So I'm going to do this. And kind of let them, no, do that. And I'm going to put a little of this purple one. This one I just dropped in here, Teresa. If that's the one, that was this. Doc Martens iridescent calligraphy ink in jade. Oh, Riri, ask a question. Paper. It's 300 pound, not 300 GSM, 300 pound. It's heavy. It's like really heavy paper. It's that stuff. And I had the full sheets that are like 22 by 30. This is a quarter sheet. That's fading off into the sunset there. I'm going to put a little violet one where that's all looking really cool. I'm going to go, I don't know where I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go right through here. This is a little lackluster in here. God forbid. It is arches. It's 300-pound arches. I better put a little bit out this side of that. Just a little streak. Last time, those metallics really took over. Like this. See all this, under here, this, all that shiny light color. That was like little streaks of the one I dropped in. Oh, that's almost gone. That kind of sunk down, I think. That's looking really cool up close in the real colors. You can probably deal with whatever you throw at it. Yeah, it's pretty sturdy. I actually ran it under the sink, the faucet on both sides to get it saturated to start with. Look how some of this feathering is going on right through here when I lift it up. See that in that dark purple right there at the top? Hello, lover. It's a little, I don't know what's happening over here. Do I tilt it? Do I dare? I'm going to let it run just a teeny tiny bit, not uncontrollably. It's slowly moving. I don't know if you can see that or not. I think I need to put, I don't know. Gosh, I really think it looks cool. I would love to have some more of this white mistiness over here in here, but I don't know that I can pull that off without hosing it up. Cutting right through here would look really cool if I could do that. But one doesn't know if one can do that without taking a big risk. Hubble telescope. These little splots of gold are all that's left from that rose gold I swirled all over it. That's in a contest, Kayla. Hey, Dot. My middle name is Risk. Patti Risk Parrish. That's me. Gosh darn, I am so tempted just to. But then, you know, I never really do what I think I should do I? This is really dark, and that needs to be broken up. But with what I ask, I'm just thinking. What am I thinking? What am I thinking? Wow. Hey, Gail. What am I thinking? It's funny how this is all still just barely moving in here. I can see it moving just a little teeny tiny bit. So half of me wants to throw down some gauze. Half of me wants this up. Do I break it up with gauze? Oh, wait a minute. Hold the phone, people. Hold the phone. Mama just had an idea. I'm going to take this gauze. I'm going to open it up off here so the little bits don't fall about. And I'm going to color this gauze with metallic and then lay that on the spot. That's my thought. Now this could really wreck the whole flipping thing. All right, I'm going to get another picture of this kind of close up because that's pretty Pretty cool. I got to get my, how am I going to do this? I got to bring my other picture up here to block the light. Oh, there we go. Go sideways on me. Where's that glare coming from? There we go. Sorry, guys. Hang on. Sheesh. All right. Hey, Monique. Yeah, I've just been on a half an hour. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Hang on. I'm pulling this apart so I get some real random patterns. I don't want it to be too squared up. I want it to be kind of broken. And now, how can I do this? How can I do this? I'm going to take, you can see my rose gold over here on the very far edge. I'm going to put a lot of water in there. And then I'm going to lay this in there. And try to saturate it. Oh, Lord, is that going to be good or no? I'm not worried about getting every single thread wet because it'll pick up some of that purple too. Here goes nothing, people. It's going to be an oh shit or a hello lover. So if you like to have a little pool going as to which way it's going to go, now's the time to do it. Oh my. Oh my. I don't know. That might be okay. I'm going to do it again. Put more water in there. Grab another little piece. Patti needs to send you some dry dyed gauze to use. Hey, Kathy. Dyed gauze. What scale are you using dyed gauze for? Yeah, it's a tie. Okay, I'm going to go. Let's see. I don't want a whole lot. I don't want to, man, I hate to break that up. I'm going to do, it needs another little piece. I'm going to cut this in half. Come on, get off of there. I'm trying to cut this in half. And it's a little wonky. There we go. Now I'm going to swish around this water that's in here. Yeah, Gail is looking more for DNA. Oops. That might be a little too much. Is there such a thing? Is too much rose gold? There may be, because this just collapsed on itself. And now I might be in a pickle. Oh shit, it's dropping all over my clothes. Oops, there was one for the shit side. Oh, well, it might have been a little too wet. I'm going to throw it in there anyway, because I look like the Tin Man right now with my hands covered in rose gold. Wow. Come on, work with me, people. See what I mean? Put that in a little water jug here and get some of that off. Chinese food. That sounds good. All right. Man, that looks really cool. That looks kind of weird with just that little skinny bit out there and all this. So where could I do with that won't make it too? I don't know. All right. I don't want to get this too. This is tricky. It just goes to nothing when it gets too wet like that. Hang on, I'm going to cut this little tail off here. Don't need that little hunk right there. Hang on. Hold on, people. What the hell am I doing here? That looks too cool to cover up there. I think I'm going to go this way. Whatever. We'll see what happens there. Lordy. And then I want to break this. I do want to, well, the color's kind of breaking up on its own now. It's kind of sucked up into that string. See if I can move some of this out here now. Oh, that's working pretty well. Oops. Until that happened. I want to get it, oh, oops, less square is what I'm trying to go for. And look, see these random ones got out there anyway. Oh, rascals. That's pretty thick right there. Let me see if I can get that to adhere a little better. Can anyone else spot Patty's signature? Oh, Lord, already? This looks really cool over here. Look how, I'm going to see if you guys can see that, where that's going into that white. And all that feathering through there. I'm going to pull this back over to that line where it dropped that gold in there. All right, hang on. That white is one of them. Oh. One? Multiples? What a lucky girl. All right, let's see. I want to drop, I'm going to wet this a little bit with some rose gold. And I want to mash this down a little bit. Well, it's not really mashing, is it? That was kind of an exaggeration. But I want it to at least touch the paper. So it has the chance to stick if it wants to. Just letting the weight of the brush hairs kind of graze on top of the threads. Just gonna push them down a little bit. I always see silver lining, Kathy. All right. I didn't put any salt on there. I guess I'll drop a little bit in. What the hell? Are you going to take the gauze off this time so it doesn't stick? Well, it won't do its job until it's dry. And then once it's dry, it either comes off or it doesn't. I was actually shocked that it didn't come off some of those other ones. I found a little puddle here. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in there. Here's a spot over there. I'll get some on that. Some of this is starting to lose its sheen. I'm doing a little of that where that's white there. Grab that. Put them in here in the holes where the stuff separated there. Can't say what I want to say. Yeah, if I took it off now, it would just kind of keep moving and blend. I'm not wild about how the gauze is on there, to tell you the truth. But it is what it is at this point. I'm not going to change that. I kind of like how all the inks look on there. So what did I do different? I had the hard flat surface, so I didn't have that waviness. Used a smaller one, so it was a little more controllable as far as keeping the whole page twice the size wet. I put rose gold down first, and you can see where that pretty much ate all that, except for these little tails around here, here, and here. And that's all the rose gold that was, it wasn't covered. I did swirls all over the background. The one that I covered, I'll show you guys this. I started out showing this. I had this idea in my little head. Dragonfly wings. Oh, cool. Last night as I was drifting off, I was paying receipt. She has included a sperm in the gauze on the left. Well, you know, I like to go for the whole package if I'm going to do it. The last thought I had last night before I drifted off was I thought, what if I took one of these quarter sheets and I wet the whole thing, and then I just went over with I rose gold washed the whole thing. And I came down earlier and did that. And then I sprayed in some dilutions, just a little bit. And then I sprayed in some white dilutions. Oh, hell, it just ran off onto my lap. Son of a bitch. Anyway, this run wasn't here. But look what happened. The white, it pushed everything away. Look how gold took over on this one. Came up through the paints, but around the white. The white buried it. It came up around the whites, but then it covered the sprays. And that's what I got. I mean, it still looks kind of cool, but it's not what I thought. And did not expect that little run to just now happen. But anyway, it's certainly not a masterpiece. I'll cut it up and do something with it. Maybe make some ATCs and use these as a background. But it looked so cool when I first did it. Did I take any pictures of it? No, I didn't have my phone down here when I did that. Nope, I didn't get that one in pictures, but it looked really cool when it got spritzed. I'm just looking over here at how dark this is and how all rose gold that is. And that's still showing as rose gold in those threads. But the purple, well, no, and now see, I can see it on camera better than I could laying there. So that's got a little rose gold in it. And that's going to pick up a lot of that color and pull it into the threads. So it lightens up that dark bit a little bit more. I think I'm going to put this one off to the side and let it dry. I think that's what I'm going to do. Hey, Sherry. Get my hands to move. I'm going to, how am I going to do this? This looks really cool. I really like this one. Give you one more peek. And all that featheriness in there. Look all down through here. Oh, is that where you were talking about? Somebody? It's feathering pretty cool up through here where that white's still drifting out into that jade spray a little bit. And look how this purple came up into the juniper. You can't, that juniper doesn't show you the true color. That's a lot greener. A diver. Looks like a scuba diver under fishing nets. I actually got hung up in a net one time diving. That was interesting. About 120 feet down. Got we used to wear our knives in a sheath strapped around our calf. And we were on it was a Navy gunboat. And they just called it the gunboat wreck off of Delaware. And it was 110 or 120 feet, I think. And we were down there, and it was like the whole body of the ship, but the inside of it was blasted out. So it was just this big, hollow, open shell. And we used to go up over it and then go down in it to dive because it was all open. Well, it was fished heavily. And there was a wad of net. And hey, Safia, a wad of net and a wad of fishing line that is the line's translucent. You can't really see it. And I was swimming around down there and saw a lobster or a fish or something I was going after. And the line got all tangled up in my gear. And it was even tangled around the sheath on my knife. But I was able to get my knife out of there and cut my way out of it. And my ex-husband was in with me, and a couple other buddies were there and saw me and came over with their knives and cut me out. Oh, crap. I was fine, though. I was fine. Okay, now how am I going to do this without destroying it? Can I do it without... It's kind of stuck to this paper because the back was wet, too. But there's no more puddles. I'm going to move it there. And I'm going to carry it on here out of harm's way, and we'll come back to that. Oh, Lord, remind me. Okay. Ooh, that's really pretty. Mama liked that one. So I think I'm out of that paper. Hang on. I have more, but I just got to get it. Hang on while I climb over. Where goes that part over here? I might just cut this paper instead of going through trying to tear it. That's why you wear a dive knife. Yep. That's one of the reasons. Came in pretty handy. Yeah, that was a really heavily fished wreck. And it had a lot of sharks on it that went after the fish. The fishermen were fishing. It's like the circle of life down there. I'm going to go rinse this off. Back in a flash. All right. Oh, did we had a little poo-poo? Somebody there, Jean thing? All right. Wipe this off a little bit. It's going to get wet again, but I don't want my paper to get on there too much. Oh, let me show you the other two before I start cutting this piece up. The other two that did not come out as planned in my head. See how this one has all the different values in it and kind of, I mean, oh, I'm zoomed in. Hang on, no wonder I can't get in here. All the different values of color and stuff in there. Well, I thought I did the same to these two, and they're crapola. Oop. Focus. There we go. Not looking great. Looks better on screen than it does in person, I can tell you that. But it kind of washed out. This whole up here is kind of look. That's kind of look. There's nothing there that wows me. What's this? What's the deal here with this? I don't want to say the name. And this one, the whites look a lot whiter on the. That's so crazy. This one, in person, these whites aren't near the pop that I see them on screen. Thanks, Jane. I didn't see what was said. Maybe that's best. You don't want to piss off the artist. It's got some really pretty areas where this gets real flowy. Like, you know, this going into here and real feathery looking. I love that look. But in person, not so much. So, gosh darn, my hands are cold. Someone being annoying. Well, we don't need annoying. We're not here to be annoyed. All right, I'm going to see. This is this piece. It's pretty big. So I was only using a half on these, the one I showed you. And then the one I was working on today are quarter sheets. Oh, yeah, you can go. Sorry about that. Hey, Jan. And I'm not going to worry about tearing this so I get a deckled edge. Because whatever I do, the edge, if it's something I'm going to keep, the edge isn't going to show anyway. So I'm not going to go through that painstaking process. I'm just going to cut this bad with my scissors. This is really heavy though. Hang on, get my big boys. There we go. I'm not even sure if it's straight, to tell you the truth. Close enough for half. I just want some paper to experiment with. I might try another rose gold start again and see what happens there. I was wondering that too, Debbie. I just realized when I was over there, when I took a walk over there, I thought, oh, wait a minute, I haven't seen Eileen. Snow in Alabama Tuesday. Is that where you are, Jan? Are you home? That is some heavy paper. Oh, she's at a class. Okay. All right, I'm going to go with this. I'll be right back. that there. Let me get this out of the way. All right, now what did I say I was going to do? Anybody remember? I'm going to try, I'm going to try this again. That really sucks up that water. And I'm going to put down, see if I can get this to not do. Not do what it did last time. I'm just going to go in a whole wash of rose gold over this. I don't care if it's even or streaky. It's going to get pushed all over the place anyway. I just want to try to cover this page. All right. Now what? All right. Excuse me. I'm going to do what I did before, but less. I'm going to put some. That's the Calypso teal. I'm just going to put 2 right there in the same spot. And I'm going to put some jade over here. And then the After Midnight up there. I'm going to add a little bit more. Well, look what this is doing already. See all those fine little runs that happen in there right away? Oh, now watch the white when I add the white. Look how that starts to spider web out there. Look at it. Oh my goodness, like Oakley would say. Hey, tippy toes. Look at that. Oh. But notice the rose gold is only showing where it wasn't covered. It's gone. Look at that, how fast that moves, and it's still. I gotta take a picture. What am I doing? I should have videoed the movement of it. Dumbass. Yeah, it sure does, Jean. Oh, yeah, I did. But nothing that I can really share this little couple-minute clip. Wow, look at that. Hello, lover. My hands are like ice cubes. But isn't that something that's just... Oh, I mean, my hands are really cold. Hey, Sam. Yeah, that seems like a lot of work, Jean. Yeah, that's a hello lover. That's definitely a hello lover. Now what? What are we going to do now? Oh, man. I have a space heater right next to me, but the only thing gets cold in me are my hands and my feet. And I have Uggs on, so my feet are okay. Look at that now. And I love this color, how it's getting light around the edges of that and fading into that Caribbean blue. But look where the white's going in that green. It's kind of doing the same thing there. And that's got a lot more purple to it in person, that After Midnight, than you see on screen. Oh, I love you. Let's, all right, what are we going to do here? The sprays are dilutions. It's the teal, jade, After Midnight, and the white one of dilution sprays so far. I painted the whole thing with my rose gold that I make by hand, but the those sprays are dilutions. That is so cool. I love that. So what do I do with them? Right now I'm just spraying them and watching them. But they're used in mixed media for all different sorts of things. I'm just putting them on wet watercolor paper and watching what they do as they keep moving. They're reactivated with water, I believe. Yeah, they are. And so I'm just kind of incorporating them into the other mixed media-ish stuff that I'm doing to this watercolor paper. So hang on. Hold it though. Hold it though. I'm going to get some gold in here, but I'm going to go with ink. Oh, she's a hoot, isn't she? Diane Reevely. Ah. That's a petri dish. Petri dish of rose gold. Oh my God, that is so cool looking. If you like abstract and you like these colors, you would love to be here seeing this. So I am trying to get this Gauze Winsor & Newton ink mixed up. I had some classes with Diane when she came to the Queen's Ink a few times, and Tim Holtz. I actually helped Tim and his crew at the Queen's Ink. They had to rent the ballroom. They had 100 and some students, and I helped him with the setup and breakdown and went to dinner with him and stuff. He was a hoot. He signed my apron. I forget what it says. I have to dig it out sometime. That's when I was having hot flashes really bad. And he said something about, thanks for sharing my journey. It was hot or something like that. Oh, they were making fun of me the whole time. Rascals. All right. I need to get some of this down here before. Oh, crap. Now it's sealed. All right. I'm just going to take a little pipette. I'm going to take the small one so I have even finer little threads of this. Oh, what am I going to do with it? I have no idea. I'm just going to streak it through here and let's just see what happens. And I'm going to see, it looks like it's dropping through again. Oh my. Gayla, that one's for you. Oh, nice, Teresa. Let's see if this does anything. It looks like it's dropping through. The heaviness of the metallics is just dropping through what was wet again. I wonder if I took a little skewer, could I make other lines through here? Do anything? It makes lines, but I don't know that they're going to stay. This looks really pretty right here. I'm just playing now. Who knows what the hell I'm doing? I know I do not. So see where most of that just sunk? Funky dunk down in there. And see where the green's coming up over the gold? There and here and even here. Let's try. What are we going to try? Let's try something else. That's so cool looking though. So as wispy as it is. Oh man, my hands are freezing. I'm going to put some Lagoon in there, I believe. I believe I am. Let's see what happens there. See if I can do this without hosing it up too bad. This is the Pacific Lagoon Creamer pigment that I'd mix up. I want to do this. I want to kind of drop it in here. This is one of those color shifting pigments. If any of that will end up showing there, that'll be really spectacular. Yeah, right, Jean. They'll just keep dropping down there underneath the other colors. New accent spray looks cool. Pearl alcohol inks. I know. I wanted to try some of those. The pearl alcohol inks. I did. That kind of looks like a feather right there. I'm not sure I want to mess with that. Let me bring another little wing of this up here. I'm going to actually squeeze that out of my brush and let that puddle right there. I may, let's see, where it is, iridescent medium. I wonder if I put iridescent medium and just dropped it in there, what that would do. This is just Winsor Newton iridescent medium. I'm going to try just dropping little bits of this. Oh, wait a minute. That's really boogered up in there. Hang on. Close to being mixed up. Hold on. A skewer. Yep, we got some boogers. Trying to clean out my whatever that's called, pipette. Oh, wow. And that's kind of thick, but that is really looking cool in there. It's picking up that lagoon. Now maybe I can take a skewer and just do something with that while it's thicker. Maybe I need a brush. Let me get a skinnier brush. This glare is so bright on my paper that it's hard for me to see some of this stuff. I'm just going to put little streaks through here. And I know this isn't going to hold its shape. I'm just wanting to get some of it feathered out a little bit more and down this different lines here, and different veins of where that's. I know that color, that metallic kind of sunk in there. Hey, Gilly. I'll hold that up in just a second. That looks pretty cool. There's my lid. A hurricane passing over some islands. This looks like the head of a snake or something. Shut up, Gayla. But I love that wispiness of that. Now what am I going to do to you? Do I want to even put any... Oh, man, my hands are freezing. Do I want to put any... I don't know. What I'm going to call it? Any mesh or... I think it's still wet enough that moving it like that would take away some of the mistiness of it. I wonder if I spilled a little bit of this in there. That might not be a good idea. I'm going to have to add water if I do that. That's too pinky anyway. Wrong color. Let's see if I can get that out of there. Or blend it out enough that nobody will care. By nobody, I mean me. Oh, you can't be missing a key ingredient, Teresa. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, that I don't like that pink in there. That's got to go. You got to go, Pinky Lou. I got some juniper green laying over here in my tray. I'm going to drop some of that over that. Try to get rid of that little boo-boo. I might have to put the teeny tiniest drop of water. How am I going to do that like this? Another bubble. All right, let's just see what happens there. I'll drag some of this out again. It kind of just melds and goes right back to where it was. Actually, I might put some gauze right in the center. The center I'm not as happy with as I am the rest of it. And I'm going to let that little bit run that's in there. I'll let it come back this way and kind of spread it out a little bit. Ha ha ha. I don't know. Maybe I'll put just a little bit of gauze right in the center there to break some of that up. See, Randy, thanks for stopping by. Your dinner's a smash. All right, I think I'm going to drop a piece of gauze right in the middle of that and see what happens when it sits there for a while. Let me just take a piece of this. I'm not 100% convinced myself that's what I'm going to do, because when I look at this on the screen, it looks pretty cool. Do I dare? Of course I do. Trying to get it to stick. And I think I'm going to do one. You know what? I think it needs something darker in the middle. I think I'm going to drop some black something in there. Do I do black liquid watercolor? Black ink? Black what? Black Bombay ink. I don't know. So that's what it looks like with the stuff in there. That kind of helped it some, I think. I don't know. Okay, here goes a real ballsy move. Oh, look at that lagoon coming up through there, though. All right. Let's just put a couple little drops of black in there. And let that work its way through that. Please, can we have close-ups at your work? Yeah, let me zoom you in a little bit. Sorry, I forgot I was zoomed out. Here's what that black's doing now. It's kind of meandering through the strings. And see this, the trail of that Pacific Lagoon in there? It's one of those pigments that have a color shift. Hey, Chris. There's another Linda. Hello, Linda Hodge. All right, back away with the black before we have a disaster. But I am going to go back, grab a little more of that lagoon, maybe with a finer brush. That looks really cool through there. And see what I can do. This is probably too small of a brush. Let's just use this one. Well, where did it go? I just had it. There we go. Yeah, it does. You can see a lot more. I can't, when I zoom in too close, I don't have a lot of the piece in the shot is the problem. And let me get that off of my watercolor brush. Let me get this really juicy and maybe try to drop some in where it's still wet over here. And maybe a little teeny tiny bit out this way. All right, back away from the Pacific Lagoon. All right. Now, so what do you do after work is done? Do you keep it or sell, give it to friends? Keep it. I don't really sell anything. If somebody really wants it, sometimes I'll pass it along, but I don't really, I don't think most of it is of any interest of being passed on most of the time, but everybody loves something different. So, okay, so there's that one. I'm going to set this aside and just let it, oh, I didn't put any salt on there. I don't think I'm going to. But I'm losing some of this white, but I'm also losing some of the sheen. So I don't think, I think it's too late to add more water to get the whites whiter. I'm going to move this one. I'm going to move it to. I'm losing all the flat surfaces here of, it's safe to move these things to. Let me try to move that. I'm going to put that on this and carry this over out of the way. Oh Lord, is that too long? Let me see where I can put this safely on a somewhat flat surface. It's kind of sort of flat. This other one over here is still really wet. But I'm going to look for, hang on a second. Look at my different sprays. Hang on, guys. Oh, I forgot about these. How the hell did I do that? All right. Grabbed a couple other colors. Catching up on chat. I didn't have a stroke. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. Oops. Get some of this cleaned off. Okay, now I gotta get this other piece of paper wet. I gotta go back to the sink. There's enough water in there. Let's see, what time is it? 4 o'clock. When did I start? 2:30, hour and a half. You know, I see one of the problems with cutting the paper like I did, and after I folded it, you probably can't see it, but I got a little bit of a lip sticking up there. This piece is kind of flat. All right, hang on. Let me wet my whistle here. And by whistle, I mean paper. All right. Do I want to do it that side or this side? Okay, hang on. Let's see what we got here. I grabbed some Heidi Swap sprays. And I got a teal and an orange. It's like an aerobic workout. All right. Now I got my bubblegum pink. And what is that? Sunshine yellow, pure sunshine, something. And I'm going to throw in some Calypso teal. So as I recall, this pink and that teal makes a fabulous purple. So that's what we're going to do to this one. We'll see what happens. Wow, that really covered the whole. I think I sprayed myself on that one. That's okay. I like when these two mix and make that hot coral color. Now let's get some teal. Turquoise, vibrant turquoise. Is that the one I wanted or Calypso teal? I think it's the turquoise. Doesn't matter. Oh my, this might be a. Oh, this is the one that's empty, isn't it? It would appear so. Why don't I just throw that away? Take that out of the. This is jade. This is tea. Now we're back. Hey, Norma. Whoa. Whoa. That's a mishmash of like, nah. I'm going to put some of these shimmer sprays in there and see what happens. This may be just a total wreck. That's the way it's headed. I can tell you that right now. None of these, well, I guess if I get all three of them, it might have a little, okay, great. And we're not going to spray. Oh, look at that. It pushes that color right out of the way. You see that? How rude. Isn't that interesting? Huh. It's getting some pretty cool feathering down here. Oopsie, I'm zoomed in, so I'm a little off the. Oh, wow. That's actually looking pretty cool. A little crazy, but cool. Shit. None of these are going to spray. I have to come back and add a little water in there. Wow, look at that. It looks like lightning going through there, how it's spreading out. But it's, let's put a little bit right there and get that to break up. That's kind of crazy. Here's another Linda. I'm sorry, I'm not watching chat very close. Is this just bubbles or is that? Yeah, that's just bubbles. Wow. That's kind of crazy. Oh, let's throw some white in. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put it in the darker spots. Wow. Let me pull out one so I get the whole thing in frame. Oh, you do, Denise? Jury's still out. Let me throw in some white India ink. Hey, Judy. Sorry if I missed anybody. Chat's moving kind of fast, and I'm not really watching it. How rude. I'm trying to pay attention to what the hell I'm doing here. Lord knows I need to do that. So I'm going to drop some white India ink in here as well. Now, where? Let's put some right in there. I don't know why. I'm not sure how it's going to... Maybe that was too wet. This is kind of a funky looking olive green, that turn there. They really need to work on these droppers, bottles. The glass dropper comes all the way up to the tip of this squeeze, then you can't squeeze it. They look like sand dollars. Wow. Well, there we are. I wish this would spray. Well, maybe I don't, because that would be... let's see. Can I get this off? It's really stuck on there. I can get this off here and maybe get some of that puddle to move that way a little bit. All right, and then come back that way. Yeah, I'm not a fan of this one. Alcohol, I'm sure, would just clear it off. I actually have a little bit of spray right here. And you love it? Isn't that funny? It doesn't matter. Somebody always loves it, no matter how much you don't like what you're doing. It's making these little blooms here. This will be a total experiment. Anybody has any ideas? Throw them out there. I'm willing to try them on this one. I think I need to get more of that pink in there. Some black. Oh, hey, Tracy. Black might look cool. I got some India ink right here. I like where it's feathering a lot. But now where to put the black? Maybe just a little plop here and there. I'm thinking. Okay, where are you going to go? I'm tired of thinking. You're going to go right there. Let's see what happens. Let's see how much that moves before I... Wow. It's growing and growing and growing. The black always really moves like that, the India ink anyway, when it's around water. You go crazy. One right there. Let's see what happens with that. Do I want to put a little of this in there? Or, I don't know. As it's moving, I'm starting to like it a little bit more. I know the black, it goes crazy, doesn't it? That was like a drop. Each one of those. What else do we want to do to it? Look at all around this black, all this wispiness over here. Oops. Just little trails of feathers all through there. Ooh, look. It's freaking me out, man. Isn't that crazy? It's still moving. Maybe I'll take a picture. Black hairy creatures. This dang on glare. Drive me nuts. Where is the glare? Sorry, I'm giving you a close-up shot of. I'm trying to shield this so I can get a good picture without glare. Hang on. Oh, you know what always looks kind of cool? In these kind of instances, just let it dry like this. Now, see, I said something to look cool in these instances, and I forgot what the hell I was going to do. Because of CB, threw me off track. Oh, girl. I'm blaming it on you. Now, these dots here, where some of the alcohol was dropped, are just kind of looking dry and sort of stagnant there. Oh, me. What was I going to do? I had an idea. Crapola. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I was going to drop a little lunar blue in there, or lunar black. Hang on. Where's my sprayer? Right here. Lunar black. Where are you, my little lover? There you are. That usually does really cool stuff. Look at this. It's all the way up here now. Row of teeth. This area right here is really pretty. I'm going to do this off to the side to see how it acts with these sprays. This is the Daniel Smith Lunar Black. It usually does really cool, funky stuff. Where am I going to put you? Well, there's nowhere safe, is there? Yeah. I don't know. I don't like this yellowy bit right here. We'll just drop some of you in there and see what happens. Of course, it milks up right away because all that white. Well, that doesn't look worth a crap. I got to drop it somewhere where it's not milky. It really did. The black really did add something in there. Let's see if this does anything over here. You can see it granulating there, but it's kind of under the influence of that milky white that was under there. Squeeze some out of my brush and let it feather out and see what that's going to do. There's not really much left that's wet enough to make a difference, to tell you the truth, that I'm willing to mess up. Well, I could do this. Take a little teeny tiny bit of water and put it on that spot right there where the alcohol kind of made it go flat. And that had a little bit of iridescence in it from the iridescent medium. I'm going to squeeze some of that out too. There's something missing. Oh no, I know what you're talking about, Gayla. I can read right between your thin lines. You can see this, the granulation. There's a clump of it over in here where it's spread, and up. Look up through here when I pull this up. Of course, it won't focus now, but you can see that little peppery bits of granulation starting to happen through there. I love these two darker black spots down here around that white. Oh, I wonder if we did all black and white. Oh, I bet that would look kind of cool. This black's almost all gone. It's almost all gray now. I'm thinking about flicking a little metallic on there, though. But I'm going to do a different color. It's pale gold, maybe? Oh, I'm seeing a lot of votes for gold. Instead of the rose gold, can't believe I'm saying that, I have all these other colors, and this is a really pretty gold. This is the Colibri Pale Gold by Creamer. And these get so lathered up so easy. I did put a lot of water in that one, though, but even when you don't put a lot of water in it, they get real creamy. Hey, Kim. All right, here goes nothing. Not good. It's just kind of where it's wet and can still kind of bleed a little bit. It looks pretty cool. But in the dry spots, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Some of it's just kind of going away. Kind of cool up there. It's better where it's still wet. Of course, who knows how that's going to end up. Okay, back away from the gold. I'm going to I don't know. We'll see. So there's kind of where it's not really ending. I'm just stopping. See that orange spot right there, that circle? That's alcohol drop there. And those two peachy colors, that's alcohol. It just moved away the pigment and left that dry, bleachy looking spot. That's granulating even more. It's kind of cool up here. All right. Joan's far from innocent. I can be a witness to that. All right, how am I going to move this? And what am I going to put it on? Come on, baby. Oh, hell. Now, you're going to have to cooperate with me. This is not going to be easy. We're trying to move it from that over to this. Oh, there we go. Got it on that. I'm going to try. Going back and looking at some of these other ones. That rose gold's starting to come back through that one I did all in rose gold. But hang, I'll be back in 45 seconds. Hang on, guys. Try amongst yourselves. It's a good boy. It's a good boy. You can't be trusted down here. We have proven that over and over again. All right. Wipe this off. Sorry, guys. Hey, Donna. Moving back out again. See the mess I'm making? The gauze will give it a lot of texture to hold lighter colors. All right. Rose gold. What are you guys talking about here? I see what you're saying. It's just out of context for me now that I've been away from my post. All right, let me grab. I'm going to do 2 more and then we'll go. I got 2 more pieces left. We're going to keep going until I destroy both pieces. Night Sky Creations. Hey, first time live. Welcome, dear. Diana, welcome. Donna, you mean on that first piece that I did? I didn't like how that looked either, but after it was in there, I think it was too late to move it. It's definitely too late to move it now. It's kind of an experimentation. But yeah, that's why I pulled on it a little bit. It looked like a square land there. When I wet it with that rose gold before I laid it down, that made it really tricky to work with it because it wanted to just all go into one thread. And I had to keep pulling it out to try to get it. Hang on one second. I'm going to run and get this wet. Under the sink. And really saturate it. All right. Put that down there. And I have me an idea. And I think Chris is here. And I think Chris will appreciate my idea. Hold on. Because I think it was Chris that gave me a suggestion. CB hasn't Patty taught you. What did CB say? Gall dang it, gosh darn. You got to watch her. I love this sprayer. It's one of those continuous sprayers. I showed this before. It's got a really cool, what's it called? Pretty palette, but it's a paper, it's a plastic label. It's not in the bottle, but still, it's pretty cool. So now I'm going to, this is going to sound crazy. You're just going to have to trust me. I'm going to get some white dilutions down there on the white paper. Yes, that's true. That's what I'm doing. Oh, hell, I hit the camera. Hang on. And now let me bring you in a little bit. All right. Good enough. First video I saw was your polymer clay tile box. Oh, cool. The one with all the French soccer and Africa, Togo, Africa stuff on it. That was for one of my bosses that left. Yeah. I put all of his favorite things on there. All right. I'm going to spray white on white. I know. Crazy, but I'm going to do it. Just kind of making a little triad of it around here. And now, because this black goes so crazy, oh shit, and I dropped some right there. I'm going to drop some. That's one drop. Oh, I wanted to see how it blends in with the white. Oh my gosh, look at that. Looks like a big eyeball. Isn't that crazy? It was one drop. It's really bleaching out though, but I'm going to wait. I was going to drop another one in there. Doesn't look like an eyeball. I need a picture. Daggone it. I should have videotaped it. What the hell's the matter with me? Gayla, I'm blaming you for that. For not, come on, turn. There you go. I'm blaming Gayla for not reminding me to tape it. Holy moly. Yeah, I like it when it's raggedy like that too. Ooh, spooky. Look at that. So now do I dare drop a drop of white in the middle? Just one drop. There. Wow. And there. Wow. That looks like fireworks. Let's see if you guys can see that up close. See all the striations in that? Isn't that wild? Look at that big word I used, Gayla. Aren't you proud of me? Wow. It's freaking me out, man. It's freaking me out. My heart's looking back at me. Wow. So my original thought was black, white, and gold. And for Mike, I mean, not Mike, Chris. Why do I call you Mike? Oh, because I saw Mike pop into chat. Is this safe to play with? The black ink? I assume you mean? Absolutely. That's your vision. That's your vision, CB. It's still just one there. So, Chris, I was going to do black and white and some gold and then pop in a little bit of red, but I forgot the damn red spray. I guess I could still do it, but I don't know if I'm going to wreck what's happening there. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Hang on. Let me see if I can. So I got the, oh hell, how am I going to open this? A startled otter. Hang on. I'm cutting the cellophane off from around this bottle of dilution so I can pull out the dropper and drop it in more controlled instead of spraying it and getting that mist all over everything. I don't want to pink it out. Is that a word? It is now. I'm going to get my little tiny dropper. Oh, you know what? I'm going to use my glass one. I got a little more control with this one, I think. Oh, no, probably not. Let me go with this little. I need to get more of these little teeny tiny ones. Little mini pipette. Tell us what you're going to do. I'm not telling you. I'm going to surprise you. No, I'll tell you. I'm going to put some Delusions red in there. Yeah, just round up, Gayla, to be safe. Hey, Gayla, remember what you always say you miss? Pay attention. So I want to go to where this is still kind of wet. This is almost dry in the middle there. Now I'm going to drop some red in there too. I'm going to see how that moves. But that's crazy that that's dry. Like, I don't know what it did there. This one's got a lot of feathers around it here. I'm thinking about like putting some streaks through there. Do I want to do that? Or do I want to just tilt it? Tilt the whirl. I don't know. I do need gold in there though. Maybe, hang on. Yeah, I was just gonna reach for my white actually, Kathy. I hope it doesn't pink it up. Let's do it in this one and see what happens. Well, I'm in now. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. Hey, Tim. These are kind of, that's dry in the middle. That amazes me how it just makes the water go away. It looks like poppies. Now it's drying, so I got to do something soon. Something soon, please. Ink? Gold ink again? Hey, Kim. All right. Here goes nothing. Yep, that's where I'm going. I'm going for gold. I'm going to do the gold. I'm thinking I'm just going to make a swap. It's just kind of, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. Here's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do with the gold. Gotta get this out of my little pipette before it messes up. Hey, Vicki, we're making a mess today. Oh, shoot, I dropped it in the, hello. All right, let me get these things capped off. I need blacker black again, I think. And I think, you know what I'm going to do? It's not going to be of any great loss. So I'm going to spray it with my, the what's that called? Constant spray or whatever it is. There's a lot of water there. I want to hit some of the drier areas because I'm going to go in with more black from up high. So it doesn't really move anything. It just kind of lays there. Oh, look at that, shrinking back up. It's like it was cold water. Oh my. This is real heavy, Kathy. It's real heavy watercolor paper. It's 300-pound watercolor paper. I'm just going to put a mist over the whole thing. Whatever happens, happens. Actually, I really like how that activated. Oh, white, more white. But white spray. I don't know. It needs more white, more something in the center. Yes, 300-pound, not 300 GSM, 300-pound. I don't know how many GSM that is. Wanted to get that wet again so I can put more black back in there. Black. Look at that, pushing that out again. This looks really cool over here, how that's traveling back into that white. I don't know if I can pick that up. See how those fine little bits are traveling there? Kind of looks like a black poppy. I don't know. What am I going to put in there now? Anything? I'm so tempted to spray some white. But where? Maybe more red while, oh, you know what? Maybe I can add more red while it's wet like this. That looks pretty cool, what's happening there. My sprayer stopped working. Look at this happening there. Add a little white in the center of the black. That's what I started to do the last time. I'm going to do that now. But that's dry again in the middle. Dad, burn it. I'm going to get that white. That's not moving very well in there. This looks pretty cool in here. It looks like marble or granite or something. And here. I think they got to meld more together. I think that water helped it. But this is a little, I don't know. We'll see. I'll give it another minute. Oh, 300 is 444 GSM. You see a polar bear, eyes left and right, and snout at the bottom. I know what you meant, CB. I understand CB. I have an English to CB or CB to English dictionary I keep on hand. I have an app. Oh, wow. I looked away and it looks really different. Sorry for all the pictures, but you got to grab this when the grabbing's good. Damn, this glare. Sorry, guys. I do understand you. Spritz some water in the black in the middle. And here again, I think it needs more white in there. Because that white is just kind of sinking. Wonder what happens if I spray it in white in there. At this point, what's the worst that can happen? That's looking cool right in here. Damn, morning pain. A demon skull with a white eyeball. Oh, Lord. I don't need any demons. What's a color that moves a lot of colors? I know what that answer is, but I don't want to put that in here. Just a drop or two. There we go. It's so wet, most of this would run off if I tapped it right now. But what the hell? I think I need more white on there before I do that, though. Some white in there. And maybe more white in the white before I do that. You can go through some ink and paint with this stuff. Drop of gold in the middle. Black to the upper right of the white. What was that? A drop of gold in the middle black to the upper right of the white. And here? You know what? I'm going to put, wonder what that would look like if I put some gold in there. And it sank right to the bottom. But I think when I tilt it, I think it's going to run. I'll put that in the wet spots there. Oh my. All right, Kathy, I'm going to tilt it. You're going to get your way again. Bye, Mike. Thanks for joining. Okay. Oh my. Well, here we go. Here go nothing. It's starting to settle in and look kind of cool. Which way do I want to tilt it now? Oh, Gayla, just for you. I don't know where my straw is. I thought I had a straw last week, didn't I? It's just kind of becoming, look at those pieces of black in the middle there. I don't know what that is. Done it here. All right, let's just do this. I'm going to leave it like that. And I'm going to put more black right there in the middle, a big blob of it. And let's see what happens. Stop. No, you stop. That looks like coral, like coral reef coral. Is there any other kind? I don't think so. Now I lost some of this is all kind of gray and pukey in here. More gold. It's going to sink is the problem. If I put more gold where it's wet. It's just going to sink down beneath the layers. That's done with the gold. A drop of red. I was thinking about that actually. Something to brighten it back up a little bit. Hey, Beth. You came just in time for a mess. This was an experiment gone south. Make it go back the way it was. Great, Gayla. Ooh, it might have been a little much on the red. I need a straw. Where's my straw? I thought I had one last week out here. Oh, did you see that when I moved that? See all that gold on the bottom? I'm going to hyperventilate for you, knuckleheads. You know what I just thought about since this is so wet? Laying like a piece of Yupo or something over it. And doing a print off of it. I don't know. What's the worst that can happen? I hope you didn't choke. Your idea. When I pass out, you'll be sorry. Maybe. Probably not. Forget who I'm talking to. Damn it, I need a straw. Straw. Where would I put a straw? Oh, here in the alcohol ink department, of course. Penny in the vault. You better stay in the vault, girl. All right, let's see what we got going on here. It was a lot of black that I just put in there. Look at that. It's all under there. Yeah, I am going to hyperventilate. No, I don't have false teeth yet. Sweet Jesus, I'm getting dizzy. Oh, Lordy, Lordy, Lordy. See how that's on the bottom underneath of that stuff? I don't have a big straw. That's the problem. I need, I don't know what I need. Canned air. That's what I have it too. Thank you. Where the hell is that? In the canned air department. Yes, I do. Stand back, people. I'm gonna have a shit flying everywhere here. Oh, that's just gonna make it all. That sounds like a. Oh, look, it's freezing it. Oh, look, froze it. Okay. Well, that's interesting. That's different. Now it's almost all black over here. Now what? I heard you the first time, Kayla. Oh, jeez. Hang on. Let me just blow some of that off of there. My hand's freezing. Now the can's freezing. Yep, it was hiding underneath there. It just sinks to the bottom because it's heavier with that metallic pigment. Oh, Lordy. You people. I'm telling you. I joke sometimes saying you'll be the death of me, but then there are some times that I'm, yeah. Trying to push some of that off the paper. That's now mud. Oh my. Oh. The whole thing came off. Drop a pencil, a stencil, and blot it with a paper towel. It's so wet right now. I'm not sure what else I can really do to it. I'm going to put some more red back in there. I know, right? You never can tell what's going to happen. My channel should come with a warning. You ain't going to believe this shit. That's how I should start off with every one of them. What the hell? I don't know. Let's see if we can get more red back in here. Because there's not enough crap on here, right? This got kind of ugly. You ugly. I'm going to put a drop of black on that. See if that takes care of that ugly. Don't screw up the gold. The gold's finally starting to surface at places. You should see the desk. Good Lord. Why do I listen to you people? I want more of the gold to show, but at what expense? Don't overdo it like CB says. Too late. Good advice a half an hour ago. Oh, Manatlee. I don't know. Do I put drops of white or spray white? Because it's getting a little cray-cray. I need to dump some of that off there. There are parts of this that in person look genius. Make a print, pick up some of the color so the gold will show. Oh, that might work. Yeah, let me do that. I'm going to use a less precious piece of paper for the print. Watch, it'll come out really cool. Come here, less precious. All right, here goes nothing. It's about the same exact. It is the same exact size. What do you know? Well, not quite. Exact is overrated. Gala, may I bring your... Oh, Joan already took care of that for me. Again, Gala, you're off laughing at me. And you missed another one. All right. Let's see what happens here. Timed out. You have to... Somebody's going to have to kill him. We're going to have to kill him. Report. And there goes another one. Kaboom. Oh, the power, the sheer power. Huh. That's not half bad. All right, so now there's two messes. And I think I'm going to walk away before Dave sees me and calls 911. Oh, I don't know. It needs something there, doesn't it? I think Gayla passed out from laughing too hard. Serves her right. Maybe a little more gold now that it's kind of... See, this cheap paper is buckled up. This one's laying flat still. Let's see. Serial killer ink blots. Great. Oh my. Will any of that spread anywhere? All right, stop. They'll make for some crazy ATC cards at some point. Now, I know there are some people that like these colors. I don't dislike them. But kind of got away from me, as we witnessed. Oh, mercy. Let's have a little... See, it's still all under there. Isn't that crazy? Trying to freeze the paper again. Okay. You love terracotta. Oh my. Ay, ay, ay. Well, that was that was quite the experiment. Huh. Here you have it. Let me go over and grab didn't that alter from where it had been? A lot more of the red showing now. Patty, just remember you have a kiss a lot of frogs to find a prince. Oh, that's my life. Some of the frogs are good kissers though, but you know, frog's a frog. Yep, I got a good one. Aqua bronze metallic watercolor mediums. Aqua bronze metallic watercolor. You mean Jean, do you mean the powders or you mean a medium for those powders? Watercolor mediums. You don't use just the regular watercolor medium with those? Gail, or just hide from the channel or report. The timeout lets them come back in. Liquid and add a metallic accent. They are liquid. I have to look at those because I have those. Hang on. I have these. The Aqua Bronze by Schminke. They're powders, right? And they say, if you watch these videos on these, they say that they already have medium in them and you just wet them to get them to stick, and they do not stick well. A little bit of it might, but it doesn't stick like, oh, shit. Oh, that was a good one for you, Gail. Didn't break. Yay. That would have been great. Metallic powder everywhere. Hang on. I'm going to go get the other one that we did earlier. Oh, two of them, actually. Here's the first one. This is my favorite for the day. Don't have much competition. Still wet. The salt's still pulling up some of the pigment. See where it's still pulling around the... And see how that threads lightened that up, that area that was so... Remember, it was dark like this everywhere? And it lightened up when it started getting sucked up in the threads. Still pretty wet. But more of the rose gold is coming through now. Remember, we only had those couple little spots. But look, here, it's coming through here, here. You can see these little lacy loops I put in there. It's now coming through. Kind of looks like SpongeBob SquarePants. And the fishnet stuff. Fishnet. You know what I mean. You know what I mean? I love this, how feathery this is here, though. It's very appealing to my eye. So that's still kind of wet. We'll see what that does. You know what I bet would look really cool mixed in with these? I'd have to have a lot of it liquefied beforehand. Is Cascade Green. Now here's the one that started out all rose gold. And then I put the sprays on it, and then I threw some inks on it, and then the Lagoon pigment. And it's too, the gold and the Lagoon are too stark. And the black, look how the black spread all through that gauze. And the gold's too, yeah, I don't like this one. And see how all through it, the rose gold started coming back up? Remember, it looked like it was, you could only see it on the two edges. And now you can see it coming back up through there. And I guess that's once the the water and all sinks into this heavy paper. Oh no, that's still wet too. Names the colors for that one. Oh, sorry, Mandy. Which one? This one or the one before? I'll wait for you to reply. The first one. Okay, I used the dilutions, these 3 dilutions. After Midnight, Calypso Teal, Polished Jade, and then I used the white dilutions, White Linen. I used those. I used these 2 Radiants, the Juniper Green and the Violet. I think I used some of the Bombay white ink. So for those of you that haven't seen this before, this is a sad episode to try to even compare it, to mention her name in the same breath. Linda Melvin has some YouTube videos that have been out there for a while where she does her, what does she call it? Fluid watercolor technique, which when I saw those, they reminded me of what I do on Yupo paper to make my abstracts on Yupo. So I was trying to combine kind of what I did on Yupo and what she did. And basically the difference was her starting out with the dilution spray on really, really wet paper. And that's, this is the, let me zoom out. Hang on. I'm too zoomed in. Oops, hang on. Oh, great. My screen's locked up. Yes. Isn't that fantastic? My screen is locked up. Hello. Okay, I can't zoom in or out because my mouse is frozen, as are my fingers. But anyway, she did this technique where she started out with the real wet paper, like I've been trying to do, and the dilution sprays, and just let them just go all over it, and then drop the other watercolors and inks on top of that, which is kind of what I do on my Yupo. But I like how wispy, see how wispy this stuff looks? I can't zoom out. But it gets that feathery look with those, with the dilutions in there on the water. I don't have a mouse. I'm just using my pad on my, I don't use a mouse. I meant my cursor was stuck, but it's my trackpad on my Mac. It's not working. So anyway, that one's going to blur out, much like this first one did that I want to show you, where I covered the whole sheet with rose gold and sprayed those same 3 dilutions lightly, and then white dilutions, and it just kind of whited out, was laying buckled. So this was a big puddle when I came down this morning. It's since dried and ran everywhere, but you can see they kind of look-ish, a little bit like each other-ish. So hang on, let me get the other one. Isn't there another one? Oh no, that's it. That's it. So I think I'm going to leave these to dry and see what happens after I come down to look at them again. Look at this, like veining from one of those. What is it called? Dendritic. What is that called? The prints when you pull 2 pieces of glass apart and you get that feathering. That's kind of cool looking. Even though the colors look like ass, but you know, some people might like those colors. This one's really drenched. Oh, look. Actually, I'm going to take this board out of here, let these lay on the towel, and have their way with drying, and wash this up. Who are these jackasses today? They probably heard Gail is the moderator and want to come in and test her. Oh, God. That's what happens when you're live on YouTube. Have somebody watching the posts. All right, kids, I'm going to check out. I got to fly to Austin tomorrow for work. And I got to get myself packed up. Dave's throwing some steaks on the grill. Going to have a nice dinner. And get shit done. I'm just looking at these as I'm talking. I can never just wrap it up. I should do like Shannon says, the end, and that's done. Thanks, Mike. I know, right? That's my first time to Texas too, but so close yet so far. All right, guys, thanks for hanging in. I appreciate it. Hopefully I'll get to a point where I can get on a regular streaming basis one of these days before I snuff it. But thanks for hanging and popping in last minute as usual. Oops. Oh, and I can't stand the stream because I don't have a cursor. I might just have to power down and whatever happens, happens. Son of a... Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. What happened there? Oh, I had it back for a minute. Oh, it's... Oh, for Pete's sakes. I can't have the stream. What else is going to happen in the stream today? Come on. Let me see if I can do any of these little tricks here. Will anything work? No. Okay, so I'm going to have to hit the power off button on my whole computer to kill the stream. So wish me luck. Going down. Shut down. Shut it down.